The Dazn curse continues as Murat Gassiev withdraws from an upcoming fight on the Hooker Ramirez card. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. You guys have been great. I'm still here in Las Vegas. I'm just actually chilling out, and running around, having fun. It's summer. But Murat Gassiev, he's not going to be fighting on the Maurice Hooker versus Jose Ramirez undercard. He has a shoulder injury, and it's like he was supposed to face Joey Dawejko, and I really feel like the Dazn curse strikes again. Obviously it's not Dazn's fault if people are getting injured in camp. However, this is not a good look for their platform, for their service, because people have to pay, and not only do they have to pay more than it's the market leader, not in a good way, in terms of price points. So if you're a new subscriber to Dazn, you're paying $20 at best. For the next 8 months or so, you're going to be paying $10, and fights just keep getting canceled. You had Alexander Usyk, who was making his debut at heavyweight, who actually fought Gassiev, and Usyk was supposed to fight Carlos Takam, but he had a bicep injury. So we don't even know when he's coming back. They haven't officially, to my knowledge, rescheduled it and named it. And then they moved Devin Haney versus Antonio Moran to a main event status, and I really like Devin Haney. He represents the Bay as well as me, but it was a good knockout performance. That was supposed to be on the undercard, and they made it into a main event because of Usyk. Now Usyk, a former person that he beat, Murat Gassiev, also was moving up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, trained by Abel Sanchez, and he was supposed to fight Joey Dawejko. Now, I was actually personally looking forward to this fight. Anything to enhance the main event. I think the main event is a real good fight. Maurice Hooker versus Jose Ramirez. It's a unification. Nobody should complain about that, especially with the World Boxing Super Series going on. This is going to help show who's the best at 140. If Hooker and Ramirez unify, and then, Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis fight, then we'll know the two best, they haven't announced the World Boxing Super Series date, but then we should get, by 2020, we'll know who is the best two guys at 140, so I like the main event a lot, and I was looking forward to Murat Gassiev because he's a big, strong dude moving up at weight. Abel Sanchez had spoke on it, said he was injured in the Usyk fight, said he should weigh about 225, 230. So I was anxious to see how he would look, and also Usyk at their heavyweight debut, because the heavyweight division is popping now. You got Daniel Dubois doing his thing, just beat Nathan Gorman. Wilder's been doing his thing. You got Joshua Ruiz, you got Dillian White, Oscar Rivas, you got Tyson Fury. So there's a lot going on. You got F.A. Ajagba. There's a lot of Tony Yoka. There's just a lot of action at the heavyweight division currently. So new players coming up from cruiserweight, can they do like the Evander Holyfield thing, the David Haye thing, and have some success at heavyweight? So I was really looking forward to this, but plus the timing. Joey Dawejko is the opponent, and he was the one that was rumored to have hurt and stopped or knocked out or knocked down Anthony Joshua in sparring. So I was really checking for this fight, just with all the timing and just to see, and I think it enhanced the card. But now the Dazn curse strikes again, and Joey Dawejko, I don't know what's going to happen with his bout, because this is brand new breaking news. So it's not a good look. I can think off the top of my head of several fights that keep getting canceled. Usyk, Gassiev all pulled out, right? You had Billy Joe Saunders, who failed a drug test, so he was out of the Demetrius Andrade fight. You have Canelo, who was supposed to fight in September. I made a video about it, check it on the channel, and now he's announcing he's not fighting on the Mexican dates, the quote unquote Mexican dates that he's been wanting to fight on ever since Floyd retired. So how can't you establish a credible foe that meets the consumer's needs, as well as, you know, you appease the fighters for Canelo, and he's the biggest star you guys got. And now we don't even know when he's fighting now. He was supposed to fight September 14th, right? These things are not a good look. David Lemieux, I don't even know when the last time he fought. He was supposed to fight on 2 back-to-back Canelo Alvarez Dazn cards, the Canelo Fielding card, and then he put himself in the hospital because he was dehydrated, couldn't make weight. Then he was supposed to fight on the Canelo Jacobs card, and then he gets injured. So it's like between injuries, drug test fails, like Billy Joe Saunders, also Gerald Big Baby Miller. You know, the reason Andy Ruiz Jr. is sitting here a champion right now is because the original opponent, Gerald Big Baby Miller, failed multiple drug tests on different dates and was forced out of the contest and got dropped from DAZN. You know, so these things aren't a good look to me for DAZN. I also read today, actually, that Richard Schaefer and Nonito Donaire, they said they're going to pull out of the tournament, the World Boxing Super Series tournament, facing Inouye for the finals if they don't get confirmation. So the World Boxing Super Series tournament has had some hiccups. There was issues where people were saying they hadn't been paid previously, and you had Ivan Baranchenk and his people, they were trying to pull out of the fight. And now Donaire is saying, listen, I'll fight Inouye, but if we don't get like confirmation of it, then I'm moving on my career, you know, because I haven't fought in a couple of months, and you know, my age, I gotta stay active. So DAZN got some issues that they have to tackle in the boxing department. You know, all these injuries, and Virgil Ortiz couldn't clear the medicals on the Canelo Fielding card. David Lemieux, his last 2 performances have been canned. Billy Joe Saunders, Gerald Big Baby Miller, drug test fails. Murat Gassiev, Usyk. I mean, this is a lot from the inception of DAZN in the U.S. These are a lot of pullouts for various reasons, right? And I know this is just off the top of my head. I know there's really probably been more than that I'm, you know, forgetting about. But all in all, I don't think it's a good look for DAZN, because this is a subscription service and the show must go on, so to speak. So they're going to have to figure out, you know, if this is frequently happening to them. You know, Ryan Garcia is another fighter on DAZN. He's currently injured to my knowledge, right? So they're going to have to figure out suitable backup plans, because this seems to keep happening. That's why I said the DAZN curse is bad enough. Joshua lost, and they lost the credibility of their big star. Now they're working on negotiating a rematch. Eddie Hearn saying it might happen in Cardiff, and Ruiz said he don't want it to happen in the UK. So, Canelo, between that, the negotiations for Joshua Ruiz, it's kind of like, what's going on? Like, it seems to be, trouble in paradise with keeping the fight cards intact, and drug test fails and negotiations and stuff. And I just think ultimately they're going to have to figure out some kind of solution, be it find backup opponents just in case or something. Let me know what you guys think, but very disappointing. I was looking forward to Murat Gassiev moving up to heavyweight to see how it would do. And the other thing is, I think promotionally, DAZN needs some work. DAZN, the Hooker Ramirez fight or the Oscar Rivas Dillian White fight, I haven't really even seen any promotion, much promotion from DAZN to hype up and build up the fight. Meanwhile, I'm in Vegas right now, and I think Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman has had an exceptional build-up. They're getting the opinions of legends and other welterweights that are active, and everybody's kind of weighing in. I just seen a video with Deontay Wilder weighing in on a welterweight fight. Everyone's kind of coming together, banding together to advertise this fight and give fight predictions, like Sean Porter and the different people. So I think they've done a good job with the face-offs and the shoulder programming. So I think DAZN needs to kick it up a notch, especially since they don't have an actual network, a TV network to rely on. That means they have to get everything done by themselves. And these drug test fails and these injuries, listen, they happen to everybody, every promotional outfit. However, the difference being is when you are a subscription-based service and you cost more, then it's going to show out and it's going to stand out more. Beyond that, when you're like Al Heyman, he has enough fighters where, yes, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Abner Mares was a desired fight for February that fell apart, but nobody's thinking about that as much because you had Wilder about to fight, you had Leo Santa Cruz about to fight, You know, you had Keith Thurman fighting, and you know, you had Spence Garcia, you had Danny Garcia versus Adrian Granados. Now you have Pacquiao Thurman. We're gonna get Sean Porter versus Errol Spence. Now we're gonna get Wilder, Luis Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? So it's strength in numbers, and you know, the quantity of fights can actually make it lessen it. You know, Dazn has a handful of boxing cards, and then when fights get canceled, it's more apparent because this is their schedule. You know, their schedule is already kind of light to begin with, I guess I'm saying. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. But the Dazn curse strikes again. We work.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.